He who has health has hope, and he who has hope has everything. Namaste to the respected panel of judges, my fellow contestants, and all the viewers. This is Dilasha Vaidya, currently studying in grade 9 from Everest English School, to speak on the topic, Corona halting the present, NEB halting the future. For this, I would like to thank the Global Debate Club and everyone behind the immeasurable efforts put in order to let people speak their hearts out in these tough circumstances. But to start off, we are all aware about the elongated antiquity of the viruses. There had been pandemics in the past, and that had been overcome. Similarly, in the preceding pandemic, caused due to COVID-19, also known as coronavirus, is a severe respiratory syndrome that directly affects the lung, spread over more than 188 countries all over the world. As my previous contestants have already informed us about the causes and origination of the virus, I'd like to focus more on the effects it has caused in different developmental sectors of Nepal. This global pandemic has affected all levels of countries in terms of development, and it is undeniable that the effect of the virus has been vast in underdeveloped and developing countries. It has interfered in most of our regular life, from employment, labor, emotional and mental health to education. Similarly, it has for sure halted the present by holding on to different developmental activities like Visit Nepal Year 2020, which would have benefited Nepal to a different level. As a student, it is a far concern that this virus has also affected the educational sector by halting into different examinations, schools, and educational activities. We're in the ongoing pandemics and almost halfway through the academic year 2077. As being a student, a grade 8 in the previous year, we had the opportunity to give the exam pre-lockdown, but unfortunately, our seniors from grade 12 are still in the hole to give their examinations of board due to inefficiency and undecisiveness of National Examination Board. Here, the question arises, is NEB trying to halt the future of pillars of our nation by not being accountable enough about conducting or not conducting, and if conducting, how to conduct the examinations? Respected panel of judges, it is a fact that 12 standard plays a very important role in a student's life, and it is also a fact that examination is the outcome of a student's investment over a year. But I think we should think twice in this circumstances because the condition of our country is worsening day by day. And now, if you have health, you have hope. It is okay to be graduating a year later, and it is okay to have employment after some time, job after some time, because as per now, what really matters is your health, and health is your greatest wealth. Being healthy makes a person enthusiastic and makes a person curious. So he or she shall pass the same exam years later with better understanding and grades. But if you do not have health, there is less or let's say no possibility of education at all. Similarly, we are always reminded that prevention is better than cure. So examinations are to be conducted, but with better plans and better preparations, because a nation cannot put its nation makers into risk of anything. I agree to the point that NEB delayed the decision of the exam by making the students unable to grab a hold of their future, but I would like to repeat, if you have health, you have education. I'd also like to state that NEB delaying the exams and the decision was a practical and reasonable decision because nobody would want to put our future entrepreneurs, future doctors, future teachers, and future developers into risk of anything or any difficulty. Recently, NEB also published the routine for the grade 12 board exams, and now I shall believe that they have done it with better preparations and better plans. On the other hand, we see the students stressing over delayed exams. I'd like to ask them a question. Can you really expect your future without caring about your present? So the definition of mental health can be defined as, it is not about the destination, it is about the journey. It's sure that you'll have to give your examinations, which is not in your control, but the way you prepare yourself, the way you keep yourself disciplined, and the way you behave in terms of preparing for the examination is mental health. So do not forget to love yourself, and do not forget to value your present while you worry about your future. Stress is very common in student life because that is what drives us forward, but overstressing is not good for your emotional, physical, nor mental health. Lastly, I would like to say that this decision NEB took was in the favor of situation and was in the favor of the students, which should be appreciated by all of us. Now, I would like to conclude with a thought by John Kennedy, which says, skill and intelligence can only work in the peak of the capacity only when a person is strong and healthy. Thank you.